Hello, everybody. I am Benjamin Magnus, and I'm joined with my good friend and fellow YouTuber, Bundeswehr Bob, and we're going to be playing Victoria 2 today. Say hi, Bob.
That's right. We've made the unfortunate mistake of playing Victoria 2.
Well, see, the thing about it is we're neither one of us expert at this game, so it's going to be a bit of a cluster.
I don't at this. You say this game, but you say that as if we have credential for other games to be expert at. I'm not sure which titles those are.
Yeah, true. True.
Did you want to try that again? Like
we're not experts in anything, and we're going to try this out.
Now, I did recently kind of play this a little bit just to kind of figure out just what the hell I was doing, because this is a game that I did play like a year and a half, 2 years ago when I first picked it up. And I was like, how do I play this? And it took me like a week to figure out like all the systems and stuff, but then I summarily forgot all about them.
Oh, yeah.
Until now.
Well, I know that the economy is important, your industry is important, and the most important thing is your population. Your pops.
There's several stats I know that had thrown me off, which was, I think it was consciousness. I didn't know what the hell that did initially. I've kind of got an idea what it does now. Trade, which I kind of learned really through just reading forums, that you just don't touch trade. You just let the AI do it.
Yeah.
Because my first game was literally spent just like micromanaging the trade.
I think I think micromanaging your industry, unless you're going straight up like laissez-faire and letting the AI do it, I think industry is very important. Although not so much for me right now, because I'm Russia and we don't know what industry is.
Russia can't into industry.
No.
So we are playing as I'm playing as Prussia, and you're playing as the Russian Empire,
True.
Right? Yeah.
All right. So,
tiny little Prussia, giant Russia.
Well, yeah, yes, I have a large population, which means I'm powerful early game. But unless I can get my research and economy settled, everybody else in the world is going to outpace me.
I do actually want to give a shout out real quick to another channel, if you don't mind, which is the Great War Channel, which I recently discovered. And it made me all hyped for this game.
Let's get to 1912 already and start getting this going. start poking each other with the eyes with sticks and prelude to war.
So what do we need to get set up here? I know technology, I don't have anything set up. I don't think anybody does at the start. What does Prussia want to do? I've got a bunch of modifiers here already. See, I'm good at industry. I'm good at army. I'm bad at navy. I'm bad at culture.
Where are you looking right now?
This is the technology screen I'm looking at?
So it says administration, colon, and then something, and then it tells you.
I am the military industrial complex. Yeah.
I'm bad at navy. I'm bad at industry. Well, I'm really bad at navy. I'm kind of bad at industry, and I'm kind of good at cultural. So I'm probably going to end up sticking with cultural for a little while. So
10%. Is this speed then?
I think it gives you, because it's a point base. I'm pretty sure it's a point based system. Under the technology UI at the top, there's a little magnifying glass, and there's a number next to it. That's how many technology points you get per day, I think. And then specific research. If you have the text screen open, it'll say research points 3,600 or something like that. So then, you get that many points per day or per week or whatever it is. I think it's per day. And then you have to get up to that point level before it'll, you'll get it research. And then that bonus is, a bonus to what you're getting right now towards something in that tech group.
Gotcha. Well, I'm going to learn about the railroad.
I'm going to figure out how that works.
Prussia can into a railway system.
Russia can into education, because right now my literacy is 10%.
That's pretty bad.
Which is really, really, really low. So that's going to be one of my key goals, is to into books. Russia can into books. We don't know what books are, so we're going to try to figure that out. Let's see. So I already got some. Well, I also can into budget, because right now I'm projected a daily balance of minus 1,500 ducats.
That's a pretty hefty chunk of change.
Or past.
I think it's pound sterling.
Because it's definitely the pound symbol. So I'm assuming. So let's see. Tax the fuck out of the peasants, because they're fucking peasants. They're not supposed to have money.
Okay. Is that legit strategy? I know. Well, there is a larger base of them, isn't there? So they provide more money. So that makes sense.
Well, I think, let's see. You'll definitely get the most tax base from taxing the ever loving shit out of your peasants. I'm gonna knock my military down quite a bit because that is my military slider. Education, it hurts me to actually have to try to spend money right now, but education and administration definitely need to go all the way up because I need to into literacy.
No, I'm already 63% literate here in Prussia. Feeling pretty good about that.
I don't feel good about my 10%. So
no, the tax sliders actually dictate growth of pops, right?
Yeah, I think so. So, like, if you drop the taxes on the rich, people are more likely to move from the middle class strata to the upper class strata, and you know, so on and so forth. So, I've got my poor tax out the wazoo. I've got my middle class taxed 15%. Well, yeah, let's say 15% lower than my poor. So if they wanted to move from the poor strata to the middle strata, they would get a bit of a tax break. And I do want them to move to that because I'm trying to get clergymen. Because having I think it's a 2 and a 4% population in a specific state of clergymen will get you a education bonus, I think.
God, if it only worked that way in real life, right?
Yeah, right.
This tax bracket sucks. I want to move into the middle class.
That next tax bracket is better than this tax bracket. So
at least it doesn't work that way in the United States anyway.
No. And I don't. I'm still running a deficit of 800 pounds. My navy is ridiculously huge, so I'm thinking that culling the navy is going to be something that's going to happen right now.
Russia can into not navy.
Well, I've got my Black Sea fleet is huge. It's 51 ships, almost all of them frigates and men of war. So I'm going to just I'm going to chop this down to size by keeping my transports just in case I need to move troops. I'm going to keep some frigates and some men of war. Let's see. Let's keep 6. All right, and close that. And you know, then what we're going to do is we're going to I hate doing it, but we're going to disband huge portions of the Black Sea fleet. And let's see, where did that put me?
And then how will you fight the Ottomans on the sea?
The Ottomans are they're like the the redheaded stepchild of great powers. I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's cull the Great Northern Fleet as well.
Who are all the great powers? You got the UK, Austria, Russian Empire, Spain, France, Ottoman Empire, myself, Prussia, and the US of A.
And the US of A is going to have its own issues coming up.
Namely Mexico, right?
Well, they got the Mexican-American War, and then they're going to have the American Civil War.
Yeah.
But that's in a little while. Okay, so I culled the fleet, but that's not going to until we actually a day actually ticks by. So that's not going to affect this at all. Oh, tariffs. Yeah, that'll help. Tariff the fuck out of. Okay, that helps a lot. All right. Now, the sphere of influences. That's not something I'm very good at yet.
In what way?
I'm vaguely aware of how it works, but I'm not familiar enough with the game to know who's important to sphere for who. I know that I'm supposed to sphere Manchuria as Russia. So I'm going to work on that. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Is actually set up promotions.
Well, in its rawest form, as I understand it, for like the first thing that happens when you start to sphere somebody or someone's in your sphere of influence is that all of their product that they produce
goes to you first.
Well, you have first crack at buying it is what it is. So if you've got the cash available to buy stuff for your trade, you then get first dibs. I'm sure there's going to be Victoria 2 players going to come out of the woodwork and be like, "No, you guys are doing it wrong," which I'm eager to hear.
Your industry is bad, and you should feel bad.
I'm confident there'll be lots of things like that as we move forward.
All right,
through the series.
Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna go to Manchuria, and let's see. Increase relations. How do I sphere? Let's see. I need to prioritize them. I gotta prioritize my influence over them. That's what I need to do. Okay. And then if you wanted to sphere someone, add to sphere, what do you need? This needs to be at least friendly. Their current opinion is neutral. So I just need to accrue influence and then spend it on increasing our relations. All right, so let's do that. Can't influence great powers. That's a thing.
Well, no, that's the whole point of the sphere system.
Yeah.
Is that you're supposed to be competing with your fellow great powers and a bunch of stuff.
Ooh, France do not like me. How about you? You kind of like me. Increase.
I want to be friends, Russia.
You want to be friends with me?
I want to be friends with Russia.
All right, we can do that.
I mean, what is Russia, but without the P, right?
True. Okay, let's see.
I can see Russia. Woo, look at all that forest.
I can see so many map modes. It makes me happy.
Ben has some PTSD from Hoi 4.
Hoi 4 and Stellaris. What's a map mode?
Well, they added some stuff to. I think Stellaris has some functional map modes. I'm not sure what else, because there's no like cultural drift. I could see maybe like a migration map mode, maybe, for Stellaris, but even then, I'm not sure that there's a coherent way that those pops move around.
How the hell do you send expeditions to create like colonies? I know.
So that's a technological thing.
Oh, I don't have that technology yet. Then colonial.
Yeah,
well, I have colonial power.
Well, that colonial power comes from your navy is a significant contributing factor to that. So if you've got a bunch of frigates and man war sitting around, your colonial power will be higher than other nations.
Unable to colonize. Life rating 25 each. Okay, so this area is too inhospitable for us to go to. Okay, that makes sense. Life. I love that life rating. This place isn't good for life.
This is bad for you. Don't go there.
All right, let's justify a war. Man,
justify a war.
Not against.
I'm justifying
not
a war.
Against you. I promise.
Well, we're allied. That's not gonna mean.
All right,
that'd be hard.
So like halfway through the first episode, should we let the day tick by?
Yes, that sounds like a good idea.
All right.
January 2nd. Oh snap! What's happened?
Well, I can into positive economy without a massive navy weighing me down. So I could probably knock down the tariffs because that's not super profitable.
Don't forget to set your focuses too.
Oh yeah, I got that. I'm promoting clergymen in Kiev and Moscow.
See, I did look up a little bit of like Prussia strategy stuff, and I was told that aristocrats is where it's at, or capitalists, excuse me.
Oh, see, capitalists are not where it's at for me because I don't own a single factory. So what are they going to do? I'm pretty sure you start out with a hand like 5 or 6 factories or something like that.
I do. I have. How do I factory? 7. I have 7 of them.
7. Okay, so I was close.
I think several of them are going to shut down by the time we get anywhere.
Oh, let's see.
Our name has been discredited.
By who?
Oh, the UK is saying I'm a jerk. They've told Hanover that I'm a jerk.
All right, well, let's see. What? Just out of curiosity, what are your top 5 domestically produced goods?
Domestically produced.
Just
how do I look at that?
Hover over production.
Oh, here we go.
It pops up.
I am grain, coal, cattle, fruit, and fabric.
Right, I'm timber, grain, cattle, glass, and lumber. So I got like all the timber on the planet apparently.
Look at Russia. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Benjamin can into timber.
Trees for days. Yeah. I do enjoy that this is not actually a 3D map. It's just a texture.
Yeah, I do not like the 3D map. I gotta say that. I do not like the 3D maps. I got a lot of Cossack cavalry. Russia can into cavalry. Jesus Christ. It's like all we got. So I'm running a profit. That's nice. I'm wondering if maybe I culled the Navy too much, but we'll figure that out in the future.
Well, I mean, you're not gonna really need a Navy for a while, are you?
I don't think I'm gonna need it for a little while. And I feel like I'm taxing the middle class too much right now, so I can afford to lower their taxes quite a bit, actually. So there's a large percentage of the middle class is getting none of their daily needs, which is going to hurt, expansion of the class. And I can probably increase the spending on my military a little bit so that they're at a more ready state. Not that we're mobilized or anything like that.
Well, who are you gonna fight? I mean, who do you have beef with?
Cockend? I'm gonna go to war with maybe Cockend.
They're a primitive nation. They're absolute monarchy. They're a royal faction. They're allied with Persia.
Who cares?
Well, I guess not you.
Is that the right answer? I'm going to be expanding into this area, and I'm going to try to sphere up Manchuria, because I'm pretty sure there's an event tied to sphering Manchuria where you get Outer Mongolia as like a concession from someone. It's like the Peking Conference or something like that. I don't remember what it's called. I'm going to see if I can get myself a European ally as well. I like you.
You're my ally.
Yeah, well,
I'm European.
Well, there is.
Do I not count? What am I, chopped liver?
Not chopped liver. Diced liver?
Just diced liver.
Liver.
Cubed liver.
Perfectly cubed liver. Yes.
What about Sweden? They're a secondary power.
Yes, they are. Well, so Sweden has potential. I've tried playing as Sweden before, and they're a little bit on the rough side because the population's pretty low. And they don't have a ton of resources.
Hey, I just got a thing where I got some prestige and a bunch of research points.
Huzzah!
Adolf Diesterweg, a German educator, laid down principles for teaching of children that aimed at making them conscious, thinking, responsible citizens. Good.
Are you going to shoot to form the North German Federation?
Yes.
So that means you're going to need to do... There's two states that you need to get, and that is... Who?
Well, I need to get Saxony in my sphere of influence, and then also Hanover. And I also need to get one... I at least need to get Denmark in my sphere of influence as well as Schleswig-Holstein, which I'm already working on justifying against Denmark to put them in my sphere.
So I'm pretty sure you need to go to war with Denmark to get Schleswig-Holstein. And then I know that there's an event where, what was the other one, Saxony?
Saxony,
no,
yes.
Not Saxony, the other one.
Hanover?
Is it Hanover? It's the one under England's sphere. God damn it, I don't know.
Hanover.
Yeah. There's an event that fires that removes them from England's sphere and opens the door.
I found out that you're trying to do things against Kokand.
Who cares?
I guess not me.
So you could get you can win an easy war against Denmark to get one. You can wait for the event to fire on England to get the other. Then I'm pretty sure you do have to fight Austria to get Saxony.
I don't need to fight Austria to get Saxony. Not at least on the field. I don't. But it's a bit of a struggle with the sphere, the influence points. Mm-hmm. Because I have played a couple of games, as people probably saw as I was loading this up. There's a whole bunch of save game files I've got of Prussia. It's just like, okay, we're doing things. We're Prussia.
My God, Russia really loves the cavalry. Don Cossacks. There's a lot of Cossacks from the Don River.
So how deeply in the trade have you delved exactly?
Skimmed the surface.
Because I kind of learned enough and read enough that you just don't fool with it. You just let the AI handle it.
I've learned that much myself. Unless your economy is really bad and you need to specifically tell the AI to stop importing something expensive like artillery or clipper ships. Because like our
Speaking of ships, like I think Prussia needs into Navy.
Prussia needs to into Navy. Yeah, Clipper convoys are really expensive. Artillery is really expensive. So if your economy is really suffering, you're really in the negative. You can tell the AI to stop importing that or to only import it to a certain number, so that you don't spend all of your money importing stuff that you might not need at the moment.
You're allied with Denmark.
Problems?
Why, potentially? I mean, if Prussia wanted to say, add them to their sphere of influence, would that be a problem for Russia?
I'm not exactly sure. Denmark just asked me if I wanted to be allies, and I wasn't really thinking about Prussian interests at the time.
Oh, see, now you're making me sad because Prussia, thought they could have thought better of their Russian allies.
Oh, God.
Montenegro wants to be my buddy.
Whoops.
I'm going to decline Montenegro. They're sitting between Austria and the Ottomans.
Saxony just allied with Austria.
Well, I'm not too worried about that.
Well, I feel like Prussia and its allies can beat Austria and its allies in a 1-to-1 conflict if you're careful.
Yeah, but I don't really need to fight them, though.
United Kingdom discredited
anyway.
the Ottomans. Do you want to maybe get this above speed 1 and see how that works?
If it desyncs or something.
Yeah.
So as we should mention to people that we are playing on, what is it, beta patch 3.04,
yeah,
whatever
the newest
which
one
I was shocked to find out when you told me that there was a beta patch for Vic 2. I was just like, what?
Why is that a thing?
Tuscany on Austria are together, Lucca in Austria, Saxony, Austria, Nassau. Oh no, I've gained 0.2 infamy. What will I do?
Let's see. Establishing a penal colony. All pops in the Russian Empire lose militancy, which I don't think is a problem because I don't really have it right now. Russia gets penal colonies until December, so the end of the game. Yeah. Penal colony it up. All the penals. You heard me.
I'm
gonna send the Don Cossacks over here to fight in Kokand as well.
All right, we've gone to war with Denmark.
The nation of Denmark, your faithful allies, request you come to aid in the war of Danish subjugation against Prussia. Sorry, bud.
You don't want to. You
don't want Russia's
to.
not prepared for a land war against Prussia right now. I really didn't want... I honestly considered it, but I did not want to. Let's see. We can increase opinion of our nation or add nation to our... We'll sort by priority. Increase opinion. Cordial. We have cordial relations. I would like to have cordial relations with you.
Who are you talking to?
Manchuria.
Oh, okay.
How does fighting in...
Well, I beat up the vassal army of Denmark, so I mean they're no longer a problem, and I'm sieging their territory. I don't know where the Denmark army is actually at right now, so
I'm assuming somewhere in Denmark.
That's probably a fair bet.
Okay, so I
mean, Denmark actually has a navy, and I don't, so that's something I'll have to look out for, I suppose. I mean, I have a total of 3 clipper ships, like just hanging out in port.
So you can move 9,000 men at a time.
I think so.
Because I think a clipper ship can move a regiment, and a regiment is 3,000 men, I think. All right, lowering taxes on the middle class. No, not 0. Son of a bitch. No, you fuckers are paying your taxes.
Sweden wants to ally me. How does Russia feel about that?
Russia... doesn't feel super good about that, considering we border each other. I mean, I allied with Denmark, but I did decline to actually assist them in the Prussian aggression against Denmark. So I would like to say that Sweden is firmly, probably in my sphere of influence, if not actually, then theoretically.
Prussia will let Sweden be.
I'm about to say that's a mighty fine politicking right there. Well, what I think is funny is we've always used the term sphere of influence whenever we've played anything together to kind of say who you know where you're allowed to go and who and where you're not allowed to go. And this one,
now it's like a legit mechanic.
Sphere of influence is a thing in the game.
Oh, that's right. The newspaper's a thing. I forgot about that. Mm-hmm. Brazil expands.
War between Prussia and Denmark.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is police action. Everything's fine.
Serbia.
We're actually like I think over time actually right now.
Serbia knows its place. Russia establishing penal colonies. Yes, we are. Well, it's fine. We took us a while to spool up, so I think that's fine. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to check out the other perspective. You can go watch Prussia from Bob's channel or Russia from my channel. Don't forget to drop a like or comment down below. It helps out a lot. And if you're enjoying this, please subscribe to our respective channels. And we will see everybody next time.
See ya.